Hey, what's up? Ian here, and this is the TRN White Tiger. In Chinese, it's called Bai Hu. And retail price for this is $70 US. It's available on Shenzhen Audio's website. If you're interested to find out more, do check out the unaffiliated link in the description below. So today I'm going to open this up, listen to it, measure it, and share with you guys my thoughts and opinions about these earphones. Alright, so let's go through the specs first. Before that, let me just take it out from this packaging. Okay, so let's see if there's any specs at the back. Doesn't seem to have, but it's alright. So this is a multi-driver, or we call it hybrid in-ear monitor. It's got two dynamic drivers. One is a 10.5mm, the other is a 8mm, and it's got a planar driver. And the planar driver is a 6mm. And it's a special planar driver. It's not exactly a pure planar. It's not the traditional planar. It's a planar with a diaphragm. Impedance on this earphone is 16 ohms. Sensitivity is 118. And the frequency range is 20 to 40,000 hertz. Okay, so let's remove it from the sleeve. Okay. Wow. So white. Everything's white because it's white tiger. Okay, so let's remove everything out from the box, including its paperwork. Alright, so it comes with a user manual, which I'm not going to read, and then the carrying case. Oh, very nice carrying case. So it doesn't, let's hope there's a seal. Oh yes, so I think there's a bit of waterproofing going on here, maybe. I think so. Yeah, I can feel like a suction and a vacuum going on as you close the case. So I think this is gonna be very useful because I think it's got a vacuum in there and sealed, though the seal doesn't seem to be quite tight. Okay, so yeah, it's a carrying case, white in color, is hard shell, and it protects. It definitely will protect your IEM. It's got a rubberized inner shell. Okay, so it's pretty nice. I kind of like this. And then let's see. I think what other things are there? Let's open up and see. $70. So I think for $70 you're getting quite a bit of accessories. Especially in this market right now, not many people are providing. As in the brands providing the much accessories. It's basically like the box, and it comes with a cable, standard ear tips, and that's it. But for TRN, I think they are going all in, giving all the bells and whistles. That there's also tuning nozzles, so you can actually tune your music or tune the IEM. Okay, so I think that there's foam tips. Let's remove everything from the bag. And there are, this is the TRN's T-tip, and I like this ear tip. I've been using this ear tip, and they sell them separately, by the way, so it's not free. So this is more or less an upgraded ear tip, and you get three different sizes: small, medium, and large. Okay, and I wonder what the lanyard is for, but anyway. Cable. Let's take a look at the cable. Cable very nice. It's 2-core. Is it 4-core? Yeah, it's a 4-core cable. And it's silver in color. Feels quite alright. I mean, standard silicone feel. And then the Y split and termination you can change, right? So I guess they give two different types of termination. One is the 3.5, okay, and the other is a 4.4. So if you want a balanced output, you go for the 4.4. If you want a single-ended output, then it's the 3.5. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to measure the earphones. I'm going to go with the 3.5. So there's a notch, very simple. There's a dot and an arrow. Just match them up and then push it in, and that's it. Nowadays they make it very simple for you to connect the termination. So pretty good cable. And then what's this lanyard? I'm not too sure what the lanyard is for. Maybe it's for the case. Oh yeah, it's for the case. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use the lanyard for the case. Ear tips, as I mentioned, I like these ear tips. I like the T-tips. This looks more, the black color ear tips looks more of a generic stock ear tips. Uh, yeah, the T-tips is a little bit wider in the bore, so I would use the T-tips. And nozzle, there are three different tuning for this. So I think there's balance, transparent, and I think there's one more, I'm not too sure. But let's try it out later. Okay, now let's take a look at the IM itself. Oh, I can feel that it's textured, right? The faceplate, in fact, the entire, this is a very nice touch, right? The entire shell is not flat. It's not a flat surface. It's all edged, and you can feel that texture to it. So the black is indented, the white is on the upper surface. The faceplate looks really nice, very unique. Okay, very unique faceplate, and the entire shell looks very unique as well. Yeah, I like this design. It's just that the inner shell is kind of flat, rounded. It's not very contoured, and the nozzle here. So this nozzle can be switched out. So I think on the IM itself is the green nozzle. All right, so you color code it. I think they color code it, right? So you look at the O-ring. So the O-ring on this one is green, which is reference sounding. Okay, the other two is black and red. Yeah. So I think and you can see that there's difference in the length, which will change the tuning, of course. So this is the red one, which is the longest nozzle. And then you have the black one, which is the shortest nozzle. Okay. So the black one, I would say it will sound a bit more bright. Let's try it out later. Okay, so I think the green is more of the somewhere in the middle kind of tuning. All right, let's put it on and then let's measure it. Okay, so this has got side indication as well, left and right. Not too sure you can see, but there is indication on the cable itself as well. So very good, very nice touch. You know, I can easily and confidently put in my ear tips or my IM into the cable without worrying that it's going to be phased or polarized. Okay, so there you go. Very simple and easy installation of the cable to the IM. Okay, so now let's measure it. So I'm going to put all this one side first. Hang on, give me a minute. All right, so I've cleared my table. Now let's connect this to my computer, front out. Okay, and then I've got my coupler here, and let's put the left side into the coupler, which is this side. Okay, so left side into the coupler. Now let's head over to the computer. All right, so let's first calibrate these earphones. Just play my pink noise. Seems very loud. So let's calibrate this, lower the volume. Oh yeah. If my ears can hear the sound, it means that it's actually very loud. So I'm just gonna lower this so that it's not that loud. And then in terms of my input, my microphone, I'm just gonna lower it a little bit more so that I can, there you go. Oh, almost there. There you go. Okay, so let's calibrate this. Now let's pause the pink noise and let's measure. Okay, so this is the TRN white tiger. And let's check the levels first. Okay, let's go. Let's see how it looks like on the graph. Okay. And I forgot to give it a name. So this is the green filter. So GRN stands for green. And this is the left side. So I'm going to measure the right side. So let's take the left one out and put the right side in. Make sure it's in properly. Okay. So let's go back to the computer. Check the levels. Okay, 88 dB. That's fine. And let's begin. All right. Well, channel matching, as in the left channel and the right channel, don't really match that well. And of course, there is some, I don't know. This is a glitch somehow with the crossover, and it's quite common. This is not uncommon. If there's crossover or crosstalk implemented in this driver, in this case there is, okay, there will be a little bit of deviation, okay. So that's just the graph. Let's bring in my Harman target, and let's reference it to the Harman target, okay. And I'm gonna normalize this as well. I think the right side, oh no, the left side. Left side is fine. Or is it right side? Yes, that's the right side. The left side is the one that is a bit off. Yeah, it's a bit off. And this is the green. All right. So looking at this graph, in terms of tuning, I would say in general, okay, in general, this sub bass is quite close. I mean, it's a bit rolled off. Looking at this graph, is a bit rolled off. So in terms of the extension of the rumble, is not very extended, okay. And of course, you can see the deviation between the left channel and the right channel. So it's not exactly a perfect match, but it's all right. It's about 2 dB difference. Anything more than 3 or 5, that's a big difference and a big imbalance of left and right channel. So it's fine. In terms of mid bass, is looks quite bloated to me, but yeah, some people like bloated mids, and you want to feel that kick. You want to feel that surge of the mid bass, and this is all right for those of you. Lower mids is also elevated as well, so meaning male vocals would sound quite present on this, and lower end frequencies would sound a bit more present, like the bass guitars, kick drums, they would sound more forward here. And the mids, the peanut gain to the mids here is actually quite normal. Upper mids here is not very intense, but again, it's quite deviated here in terms of the left channel and the right channel, so not very accurate. Now in terms of presence wise, I would say it's also not a very bright tuning, okay? And as you can see, right, it dips all the way down to up to about 7.2 hertz, right, and 8K hertz. This part here is actually very low. In fact, it's one of the lowest point. And over here, what this graph is telling me is that it's going to be a pretty dark and not a very spicy type of treble, okay? But which means it's going to be tolerable, and it's not going to be sibilant, and yeah. But overall, the roll off, in terms of the brilliance, is not a very, it's quite harmonious. Yeah, is pretty close to the hum target, okay, and roll off is actually pretty all right, quite close to the hum target. All right, okay, so let's listen to this. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to this with my ears and see how it sounds like to my ears, and also test the fit. Okay, so looking at that graph is very typical of TRN's tuning. I've measured and listened to many of their earphones. So yeah, this time they have tamed the treble. So previously their treble is actually quite harsh. Okay, so let's put on the ear tips for the green. This is the green, and I might test the red and the black later, and I'll measure the red and the black offline. Okay. All right, so let's put this in the ears, and let's first see the fit, see how it fits my ears. Uh, it's it's pretty good. It doesn't feel very bulky in my ear, even though it looks quite fat, in the physical part of it, but it's actually quite suitable for my ears. Okay, and for the test player, I'm gonna use my HiBR4, and I'm gonna play a DSD file. This is a DSD64. It's a bit perfect, so yeah, if something goes wrong, then it shouldn't be the player. All right, so I'm gonna lower my volume to about 30, which is the normal volume that I listen to. And the song that I always use to test my songs is Hound Dog by Paloma Dinelli. Okay, so let's listen to her. Okay, let's increase the volume a little bit to maybe to 40. So the kick drums and the bass guitars, they are very prominent in this song. So, and also she's got a very soul and very earthy type of voice. So for this song, right, her presence plus the kick drums plus the bass guitars, they're very forward. Because of the sub bass and the mid bass, they're forward, as you can see on the graph. Overall tone and timbre for these earphones is warm, is very textured, is very matured. Yeah, I can hear that is a very matured tuning. And casual as well is more for casual listening, not so much on critical or reference listening. But they do have a nozzle here, okay, for reference. And ironically, I'm listening to the reference nozzle. Okay, so if I would change to the red one is going to be darker and it's going to have more prominence to the bass, and also the black. Well, I would say the black one is the brightest. It's the most transparent. They call it the transparent tuning. Okay. In terms of the overall sound separation, what I noticed that sound separation on this earphones is very clear, very well divided, and separated as well. So vocals, the imaging of her voice is in the middle of the stage, and then you can hear the guitars and tapping of the drums at the back of her. It's very naturally laid out in terms of the staging of these earphones, and very well separated as well. And in terms of resolution, it's well and clear. Details wise, I can't pick up much on this. I can hear a lot of grunt, and that grunt is actually veiling some of the details. So not very detailed I am, but very clear in terms of resolution. And soundstage is actually quite spaced out and naturally spaced out. Yeah, all right. Let's listen to the extreme. So there are two nozzles here. One is the black and one is the red. So the one that I have on the earphone is the green, right? So let's take the green out, and let's listen to the black one, which is well, I would say the opposite. Okay, so this is the green nozzle. Let's take it out and let's listen to the black one and see what difference I can hear. So, I mean, changing nozzles, right, is quite cumbersome, and because the nozzles are quite small, and if you have butterfingers like me, you might drop them. So I would suggest to, do the swapping of the nozzles in a very safe place, and make sure that you don't have crooks and crannies around your table, whereby if you drop it, it's not going to go into any nooks or cranny. So yeah, basically I've done that. It's quite fast in terms of swapping out the nozzles. In fact, putting on the ear tips is taking a bit more time than swapping out the nozzles, but it's quite simple as well. Okay, so as you can see, I've swapped out to the black nozzle. Now let's put it in the ears and let's see how this one sounds. Okay, so this black nozzle, right, would sound a bit more forward in terms of the treble. Sounds a bit more harsh and energetic, a bit more bright as well in terms of the treble. So by hearing the taps and the overall cymbals, the crashes, they sound a bit more crisp to me as compared to the green nozzle. Overall, I would say the mid bass is also a bit more forward as well, the mids as well. But other than that, not much difference from the green nozzle. But I would say this black nozzle is a bit more brighter, a bit more transparent. That's why they call it the transparent tuning of all the three tuning. The green one is more reference. And I would assume the red nozzle is a bit more atmospheric. You get a bit more air to the red nozzle. But yeah, in a nutshell, let's pause the song. So in a nutshell, I would say these earphones, in terms of tuning, this more of a warm, casual tuning and very matured. And it's a mature, fun kind of tuning. It's not a very energetic, fun kind of tuning. So genres like, you know, the oldies or songs from pop songs, you know, in the mainstream music, is very suitable for this type of tuning. And it's more for everyday listen. Okay, so for those of you who just want to casually listen to your music and you like pop songs, R&B, anything that's soulful, anything that's got texture to the song, especially female vocals, male vocals as well, this earphones is going to be very suitable for those kind of genre of music. Not so much on classical. I wouldn't listen to these earphones on classical, but jazz, yeah, jazz suits this very well as well. But I think ensembles and, you know, orchestras and anything that's like maybe a 4-piece, 3-piece, yeah, may not be suitable for this kind of earphones. But I mean, mainstream music is very suitable. And I would say in terms of overall sound performance for $70, it's great. You're getting good resolution and also sound separation as well. The sound separation on this and how naturally it's being laid out and the imaging of the overall soundstage is actually quite impressive. But it lacks the details that I look out for on certain parts of the song that I listen to, usually on this track. But in terms of the overall technical performance, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, for $70. And also because it comes with so many accessories, especially that carrying case. Let me just bring it out. This carrying case here is actually, I mean, it's not really waterproof, but I like this carrying case. It's hard shell, and you can actually, you know, put it maybe in water, in the rain, and water will not seep through, but it's definitely not going to be, you know, waterproof. Okay. All right, so to conclude, this is actually value for money for $70 in terms of accessories that comes with this, and also for the tuning, and also for the overall driver configuration on this. You're getting three drivers on one earphone, two dynamic drivers and one planar. Overall, the clarity is good, the resolution is good. So $70 price to performance ratio is actually, well, value for money. Overall. Okay. Right, so that's my overall thoughts and opinions about this TRN White Tiger. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.